This episode has been presented to you in the form of an audiobook. Every issue you face in life has one simple reason behind it. You're thinking too much about others. The real cause of your anxiety is the concern about what others think. Today, we're referencing the book The Courage to be Disliked, written by Japanese philosopher and psychologist Ichiro Kishimi and writer Fumitaki Koga. Both argue that internal struggles are always connected to the outside world. They explain that any anxiety you feel is not just within you. The real cause of such fears is always the thoughts of others. Kishimi and Koga believe that all life problems can be easily solved, and the reason they seem difficult is that we complicate our lives unnecessarily. They argue that in order to achieve happiness, there's only one thing needed: to have the courage to not fear others' hatred. They say that if you are not afraid of hatred, you can achieve freedom in your life. It's not that you lack something, it's just that you're not taking the courage to act. They also suggest that in order to achieve happiness, you must not fear hatred from others. Once you develop this courage, all your interpersonal relationships will become easier. In this episode, we will discuss some key ideas from the book, including the psychology of anxiety, the unnecessary pursuit of others' approval, and the author's advice on how to achieve true happiness. Kishimi and Koga's view is that everyone has the potential for happiness, regardless of their past. The difference between happy and unhappy people lies in their readiness to change. This book is influenced by the theories of psychologist Alfred Adler. Adler believed that the self is a unified and complete entity, made up of the body, mind, emotions, and both conscious and unconscious thoughts, working toward a common goal. According to Adler, whatever we think, do, or feel is aimed at achieving this goal, even if we are not fully aware of it. Adler's theory suggests that our goals shape not just our happiness, but our entire personality. The theory further suggests that our chosen goals shape our sense of self. Kishimi and Koga take this idea further, claiming that Adler doesn't focus on fixed personality traits, but looks at them in terms of lifestyle. For Adler, our behavior, emotions, and thoughts are all part of a lifestyle that we once chose and continue to choose because we believe it's the best way to achieve our goals. For example, Kishimi and Koga argue that no one is inherently antisocial. They see antisocial behavior as a choice made in order to achieve certain goals. They further explain that our goals not only shape our actions, but our emotions as well. First, you decide what you want, and then create the emotions that help you achieve that goal. For example, if a person wants a job, but becomes so anxious before the interview that they can't prepare or even go to the interview, they might think that if they get rid of their fear, their chances of getting the job will improve. However, Kishimi and Koga suggest that the real goal is not the job itself, but avoiding the risk of the interview, and fear helps them do that. Kishimi and Koga argue that when people see their trauma as a barrier to happiness, they're wrong. They argue that everyone who faces trauma doesn't remain stuck in it. Even if negative childhood experiences influence your goals, you still have the right to choose your goals and work towards achieving them. The book says that no experience by itself is the cause of success or failure. What we learn from our experiences does not cause our happiness or sadness. It's how we choose to understand them in our lives that affects us. This suggests that at any moment when you decide your next step in life, it's your choice. If happiness is within our control, then why doesn't anyone make happiness their goal in life? Kishimi and Koga say that unhappiness is actually a strategy some people use to achieve their goals. They argue that the real reason for unhappiness is that people continue to search for happiness based on others' opinions. Kishimi and Koga argue that when everyone's goal is to seek approval from others, they can never truly be happy.